Welcome to Lingua Latina Tutorials with Mr. K. This is Chapter 34, Lesson 1. You've now progressed enough in your study of Latin that you're able to read some Latin poetry, which will be embedded in the text in this chapter. Read along with me as I read aloud. De arte poetica. Epistula Aemilii convivis recitata, ergo inquit Aemilia, non modo filio, sed etiam fratri meo brachium vulneratum est. Fabia. Quis nam vulneravit filium tuum? Aemilia. Medicus brachium eius scalpelo suo acuto sequit, qui cum quintus eri de alta arbore cecidisset, pedem eius turgidum vix tetigit, sed micello puero sanguinem missit. Profecto, filius meus non opera medici sanabitur, sed diis iuvantibus spero e ombrevi sanum fore. Liberine tui bona valetudine utuntur? Fabia. Sextus quidem hodie nasso turgido atque cruento eludo redeit, cum certavisset cum quibustam pueris qui eum laeserant. Stop there, read through that whole section out loud, and come back and let's translate. Concerning the art of poetry. After the letter of Aemilia had been read to the guests, Aemilia said, "Therefore, not only my son's, but also my brother's arm was wounded." Here we have dative of possession. So not only was the arm to my son and to my brother. Fabius says, "Who in the world hurt your son?" Aemilia. The doctor cut his arm with his sharp scalpel. And here we see in the margin, scalpellum is just a parvus cuter medici, a small knife of the doctor. And a pes turgidus, turgidus, along with tumidus means swollen. Qui, starting a sentence, so, and he, when Quintus yesterday had fallen from a tall tree, barely touched his swollen foot, but let out the blood from my wretched little boy. Of course, my son will not be cured by the work of the doctor, but with the gods helping, I hope that he in a little while will be well. So here in the margin we see that sanguinem mittera is to open up the vein, aperire venam, or just to let out the blood. It's bloodletting. And micellus is just another form of miser. Opera is the work of something. Opera alicuius, the work of someone, is quod aliquis agit, what somebody does. And deis is an alternate form for deis, the dative and ablative of gods, to the gods or by the gods. So then she asks, are your children, liberine tui, are your children enjoying good health? Utuntur from utor can be not only to use, but also to enjoy, as in the friendship or enjoying good health. Fabia. Sextus today returned from school with a swollen and bloody nose, because he had fought with certain boys who had hurt him. So here we see in the margin that certare is the same as to pugnare, to fight, to compete. And we have, after our cum clause, which we learned in the last chapter, we see the pluperfect subjunctive, certaviset, because he had fought. And then we see the regular pluperfect subjunctive, pluperfect indicative, not subjunctive here, laeserant, who had hurt him. Read through the rest of that in Latin for your third time, and go back to the exercise.